Hey there, I'm Christian Cursillo, one of the founders at Lead Generation. I'm about to break down for you 6 of the most common cold email mistakes that I keep seeing B2B SaaS companies make on the daily. If you improve this and you get rid of these mistakes, you'll have more meetings booked, more deals closed, and more revenue in the pipeline, because that's what we all really want, right? Now, just before we jump into everything, if you'd prefer to skip all of this and just have 5 to 21 demos placed on your calendar by us on a pay-per-demo basis without spending a penny on ads, just book in a call below. We guarantee you 10 demos with ideal clients in 90 days, or you don't pay and we buy you an expensive steak dinner for the trouble. I love steak dinners, but I don't like buying them for other people, and that's why the majority of people never get that dinner, because we book them those 10 calls. Now let's dive into things. So, this is 6 cold email mistakes costing you meetings and money, okay? Now, quick disclaimer, this will help you book more emails if your cold email system is already set up. But if your cold email system is not set up, you're currently having issues with your offer being positioned badly, your targeting is majorly off, your ideal client profile is just wrong, your domains are set up incorrectly, or your back end is not configured right, then this will not help your emails. You need to go fix all that stuff first, then you can start fixing the mistakes. The back end and the actual system needs to be perfect, which we have some videos on. Go check out the website, and then you will be able to fix these mistakes and get a higher book rate, higher revenue, and fill that pipeline, okay? Now, let's dive into things. And just quickly, there's over 300 cold emails sent per day, and 90% of those never get opened, okay? And the majority of those that do, they just get put straight into the trash. So let's make sure you're not one of those, and let's dive into it. First off, you need to make sure that you're personalizing all of your cold emails, okay? Your cold emails should not feel like an AI sent them or that they're a mass marketed email. They need to feel like you took the time to research this person, you wrote an email, you physically wrote it out, and you sent it over to them because you think that you could help them and their company alone. That's what your emails need to feel like. But obviously that would take all day. So we're trying to do this at scale, okay? And this is where we leverage a lot of things like artificial intelligence, Spintax, and we have a couple in-house tools to help us hyper-personalize at scale, but you just want to make sure that you're personalizing. So take the time to do this, because you will see higher results. Now, you can personalize around job title, industry, location, country, pain points, hobbies, LinkedIn profile, and social media profiles. If you pause this right here, you can see all the different kind of personalizations. There are a few others, and how you can actually talk about each of these personalizations. And these are going to vary depending on the sort of industry that you're targeting or the job title that you're targeting. Some will like certain things, some won't. Some industries like it when you talked about their LinkedIn, some don't even have LinkedIns. Okay? So you need to make sure that you're A/B testing this and figure out what works the best for your niche. We use our 12-step cold email testing process to figure this out, but I'm sure you have some sort of testing process that you're using currently. Now, if you implement this, you will see higher reply rates and more positive replies. You'll have better relationships with the people that are actually replying, because you've taken the time to actually write them out this email and not just sent a mass marketed email. And the closing should be easier because it's more of a personalized approach. And you're gonna have a lot less people just put you into spam, put you in trash, or damage that brand image, to be honest. You can uphold your brand image as long as you're doing hyper-personalized. If you're sending out mass marketed, it can sometimes damage that brand image. But cold email is always worth it. Make sure you're doing cold email. And now you'll also get a lot more recontactability, because you can go back to these people again with a different personalization, and they feel like you've written it all out again and you've recontacted them because you've improved your service. Now, number 2, your subject lines suck. Now, this is something that I often see. If you have this perfect offer, case studies, and just everything that you built for this industry, you want to get it in front of them, right? Now, the problem is you could write the best cold email, but if nobody's opening it, nobody's able to answer. So you need to make sure that you have subject lines that actually entice people to open. But the problem is, if you optimize solely for your open rate, that means you're going to start doing things that are actually affecting the reply rate. Don't optimize solely for your open rate, okay? We want to have as high of an open rate as possible with as high as a reply rate as possible. Reply rate, meeting book rate, and deals closed is the main thing. We're not just trying to get those emails opened, okay? Let's break down how we're going to fix it. There's 2 approaches we can do: an offer-based subject line and a curiosity-based subject line. An offer-based subject line talks about benefits, pain points, and it mentions them. Now, don't oversell in the subject line and don't mention something that you don't offer. And then the curiosity, this is where you're just trying to get a little build a little bit of curiosity, pique their interest, to make them want to open that email because they want to hear more. Now, so the goal of this is to pique their interest, draw them into the message, but you have to tie it into the email. Don't tie it to something that's not even in the email, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Don't make it strange and don't lie. There's no reason to do that, and if you do that, you'll never close them because you've already lied to them from day one. Now, your results. You'll see significantly higher open rates if you use one of these two subject lines. With more open rates come more calls. But we often see that when you're doing an offer-based subject line, it has a higher reply rate than if you do a curiosity-based subject line, but it will have a lower reply rate. But at the end of the day, we're not optimizing solely for a reply rate, we're optimizing for meeting book rate and close rate. Close rate is that number one thing. I would rather be on 2 calls a month that I close than 5 calls a month where I close none of them, or 50 calls a month where I close none of them. Closes are what we're going for, right? Now, the next thing is landing page in an email. I know it's tough. You've spent all this time working on this amazing landing page or website. You've perfected your offer. You've perfected your copy. You want to take all of that and plug it into one cold email. It doesn't work. Your cold emails need to be short, sweet, and to the point, based around them and telling them how you can help them. Because the longer your email, the lower their chance of replying. You never want to write an essay into an email. And let's face it, you're busy, I'm busy, they're busy. If you get an email that's a paragraph, do you read it? No, you just bin it. Even if you get one from someone you know, you may not read it then. You'll say, I'm going to look at it later, then you forget about it, okay? So you need to make sure your emails are short, to the point, and just all focused on them, okay? Now, how to fix this? You're going to aim for 200 words max, yeah? You're going to focus on benefits, pain points, and outcomes. One mechanism if you need it, if your market is sophisticated. We'll cover sophistication in another video, but one unique mechanism if it's needed. 1 to 2 talking points per email. Don't tell them every single thing that you do and every single benefit, because 1, they won't believe you. 2, they may get confused. If somebody opens an email with 1,000 numbers, they get confused and they don't bother. Keep it focused on them, not you, and read it back to yourself and ask yourself, would I reply to this? Would I read this? Because you're the type of person that you're trying to target. You're a decision maker, most likely. Now, you'll see reply rates increase, unsubscribes will massively decrease, you'll book more meetings, and you'll get more compliments on your emails, which is always nice. And they always have a higher recontactability because they don't mind reading your email, whereas if you just keep spamming people with paragraphs, they get annoyed. Okay, next one. Email branding is bad. I cannot stress this enough. If you're sending out a cold email with branding, that is not how you do a cold email. Branding is for a newsletter, okay? Leave any sort of images. You don't even want links in there. You just want a plain text email, okay? So how to fix this? You want to have an intro, like a hey, hi, hello. Don't worry about optimizing this. They all pretty much have the same result. And we've even used howdy, and it's worked, okay? Personalization, offer, case study, CTA, signature, PS line, okay? And then what you don't want to have. Don't want to have branding, don't want to have links, you don't have videos, you don't have essays, you don't have short novels, you don't want to have spam words, okay? Keep your email short, keep all these things out of there. If you want to send something like this over, ask their permission first. Get a reply, then send them the video. You will see far more replies as always, and you will just see more and more people actually able to see your email. If you send emails with branding, they're probably not even getting it because it's just going straight to spam. When we took one of our clients' emails that were branded and we just turned them into just a plain old email, we went from 1,000 contacts with branding and only having 1 rude reply to 1,000 contacts without branding in the same message with 20 replies. That's how big of a deal this is. Get rid of the branding. That's for a newsletter that they signed up to, okay? Now, excessively talking about yourself. I get it. You've made this perfect product and you want to talk about why your product is just amazing and everything, but when somebody opens an email, they just want to hear about themselves, okay? So if you just pause this right here, you can see the things that people actually care about. They only care about their social status, their dreams, their pain points, their opportunities, their competition. They don't care about your life, your business, and your benefits from them, okay? Most people aren't looking for business opportunities where it's helping out both parties. Normally they're just looking for something that helps them, and if it helps someone up in the process, great. But people are always looking out for themselves. Humans are just selfish, I guess. Now, how to fix this? Read all of your emails back, and you should probably mention them 3 times for every 1 time you mention yourself, okay? You will see far more positive replies because, again, it seems personalized. You've written this to them. It seems like you've taken the research to make sure that this is actually what would help them. You'll see far less negative replies and less unsubscribes, and it may sound obvious, but you need to be reading these emails back because it even happens to us sometimes where we write it too much centered on one of our clients. We have to go back and fix it because it's very easy to see that our clients have some of these amazing offers. You just want to talk about the offer, talk about them, but you need to mention it to how it's going to benefit them. How is this offer going to benefit them? What's it going to do for them? How is it going to help them? How is this case study related to them? How is the CTA something related to them? How is your personalization related to them, okay? Now, let's jump on to number 6. Mechanisms, not benefits. Now, this is where you're just constantly talking about all of your mechanisms. You're not talking about any of your benefits. You're just saying, my process does this, my process does that, it replaces this, it replaces that. But listen, people don't care about the mechanism. They care about the outcome and the result. You don't sell the airplane trip to Spain, do you? You just sell the holiday in Spain. You sell sitting by the beach, sitting by the pool. You don't sell, hey, you can sit on an 8-hour flight to get there, you know? You sell the holiday, and that's the same thing you need to be doing in your emails. People don't care how you're gonna make them all of this revenue if you're going to make them this revenue. Now, you do need at least one mechanism or say what you do just so you explain how you're gonna get there. You can't send over like, hey, I'll make you $1 million tomorrow if you're interested. Doesn't work. You need a bit of an explanation, but it can't be all focused on mechanisms, okay? If your market is sophisticated, then you do need a unique mechanism, okay? You need something that stands you apart from the competition. Now, how to fix it? Mention one mechanism, and if your market is sophisticated, then you need a really unique mechanism, and you need a little bit of explanation onto why that mechanism will actually get them to that end result and why you're better than everybody else. But overall, you'll just have way more bookings and way more replies. People don't care about mechanisms. They care about end results. They care about how much money you're going to make them, how much money you're going to save them, or somehow how you're going to better their life and make their life easier. That's what people truly care about, okay? You have to frame yourself as Spain, not the way to get to Spain, okay? Let's jump into the next thing here. We're just going to sum it all up. So, number 1, personalize our emails. Number 2, make sure we're using an either offer-based or using a curiosity-based subject line. Number 3, short, sweet emails, not your whole landing page into one email. Email branding is bad. That's number 4. Number 5, talk about them, not you. Number 6, we're talking about benefits, not mechanisms, okay? Now, if you fix all these, your campaigns will improve and you'll probably get a decent amount more replies, but you need to make sure that you have your email testing systems in place. We use a 12-step cold email testing process. You need to be able to handle tens of thousands of replies and things like that. But listen, if you just want to book 5 to 21 demos with ideal clients, let's book in a call below and see if we're a fit. We've sent over 1 million emails for B2B SaaS companies and agency owners, and we've booked thousands of meetings, handled tens of thousands of replies, and we've done so much research into these markets. We understand what you need to say to get people onto the phone. Now, we guarantee you 10 appointments in 90 days, or you don't pay, and we'll buy you an expensive steak dinner for the trouble. Just a quick disclaimer, you have to have a B2B offer. Your average deal size or client lifetime value needs to be 10K or above, and you need to have case studies with results, okay? If you have all of those, let's get on the phone, let's talk, and let's just start booking you appointments on autopilot so you don't have to worry about setting up this whole system and perfecting it, and just do what you do best. Close, make money, and fulfill. Awesome. Have a good rest of your day then. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.